The habit of trusting in yourself, believing you are capable of more, will enable the mind to shine new light on problems, and your abilities will grow day by day. We should all strive to make this a healthy lifestyle habit. Hi there, I'm Oroya Eubanks. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. In our program today, we'll be exploring the motivation towards a knowledge-based society in the year of student achievement. Also in the mix, getting a scholarship and our top news stories of the week. Those and more are on the other side of the break, so please stay with us.
No, son. A verb is an action word.
Parents need to become more involved in their children's education.
Parents are the first and in many cases the most important teachers.
Read with your children. Review their schoolwork. Visit their school.
Tapping and rapping and slapping, I said.
Nice! High five! Woo!
A good education will never decay.
It's the year of student achievement, and the Minister of Education has set out to motivate and empower every child to achieve their full academic potential. Let's now take a look at those efforts and the plans going forward.
The future of this country rests on effective education, we say again, and by that we mean passing subjects, acquiring skills, listen, and developing character. Not one, not two, but always all three. The best way to balance people's lives is to give them the opportunity for a sound education.
Creating this holistic change starts with the little ones, and that's why the 2014 to 2015 fiscal period has been dubbed the Year of Student Achievement.
The decision to spend every dollar this year will be made on the basis of how much value it adds and how much it promotes student achievement. In the most difficult of times, almost $80 billion has been devoted to education this year.
$14.1 billion has been allocated to meet the needs of infant to grade 3 students. This is in addition to the $316.5 million that will be spent on supporting and improving early childhood education. Come 2017, there will be a new national primary curriculum which will see, among other things, the removal of GSAT as the exit exam for primary school students.
The new curriculum is well underway, Mr. Speaker. And what we want to do is to ensure that we don't pile on so much content that people don't understand the meaning of what they learn. New curriculum must set a premium on higher order skills such as reasoning, analysis, and mastery of a range of literacies.
Good news! The country is on track to achieve the target of 100% mastery in literacy at the primary level by 2015, with our girls leading the way. But to achieve overall improvement, a number of interventions have been put forward.
The National Literacy Team, with assistance from the United States Agency for International Development, to whom we are indebted, is providing direct support to 450 primary schools across the island through the deployment of 90 reading coaches at grades 1 to 3.
12 other literacy specialists have also been assigned to 48 secondary schools to support the teaching of English at grades 7 to 9. There are some changes in the area of numeracy. The target date set for students to achieve 85% mastery in mathematics at grade 4 has been adjusted to 2018 instead of 2015. Meanwhile, restructuring of the National Mathematics Program is underway to ensure student performance in the area significantly improves.
This year, the Ministry of Education has allocated an additional $390 million to expand the mathematics program.
146 math coaches will be deployed in primary and secondary schools this September. Starting this September, The Ministry of Education will expand the breakfast program to provide free breakfast and lunches to 70% of students. That's a total of 138,000 children. The remaining 30% will have the option to make a contribution or pay in full. The work continues to ensure our students have a comfortable and conducive environment for learning. Major infrastructure developments to take place this year include integrating 200 early childhood institutions into the infant departments of primary schools and the construction of standalone infant schools. 10 early childhood institutions will also be repaired, while more classroom spaces will be added to 40 high schools. There's also a major drive to eliminate pit latrines in schools by 2015. And this year, through public-private partnerships, 94 flush toilets will be installed at a cost of $168 million.
We'll be engaging the services of 200 trained teachers through JEEP, as well as 40 others who will provide coaching and teaching support to 480 of the early childhood institutions.
Subsidy support to early childhood practitioners, most of whom are privately employed, will increase by 15% this year. And the Ministry of Finance has committed to pay all verified arrears owed to the educators by the end of August, as agreed with the Jamaica Teachers Association. For the first time, all book lists that schools issue to parents will be approved by the Ministry of Education.
We're giving some guidelines. Parents should not be spending more than an average of $5,000 on supplementary texts at the primary level and about $12,000 at the grades 7 to 9 levels at the secondary schools.
And over $900 million has been allocated to the textbook program, but the textbook loan cycle has been adjusted from 3 to 5 years for some and from 5 to 7 years for other texts, saving the administration over $88 million. Other new commitments this fiscal year include the provision of an additional $2,000 towards the auxiliary fees of PATH beneficiaries, the creation of 20 pull-out classrooms designed for children with special education needs, the development of a teacher's job match web portal linking teachers seeking jobs with potential employers locally and overseas, the provision of community skills training at a cost of $317 million, and educational broadcasting on several cable TV providers to supplement classroom instruction. The Ministry of Education, on a mission to create high achievement among all students in 2014 and beyond.
This is a good time for education in Jamaica. Look what we have going for us. The nation realizes as never before that there will be no personal satisfaction nor any growth agenda unless we become a knowledge-based society undergirded by sound education. We are trying to do more with what we have to advance student achievement.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
Getting a scholarship to further one's education is one of those happy moments many children and their families dream of, especially in tough financial times when education funds are hard to come by. But where can persons look for those opportunities? We've got some answers next.
Government, through its various ministries and agencies, awards a number of scholarships to students each year. You too could qualify and benefit from a scholarship or grant, but you must seek in order to find. At the primary level and moving on to high school, Students who do GSAT each year and earn high scores can get scholarships from the Ministry of Education.
The scholarships are awarded to students from both public and private institutions. The government in itself, the Ministry of Education, offers a total of 32 scholarships, government scholarships, yearly to students who sit GSAT examination.
Of the 32, 4 are named after prominent Jamaicans, former government minister J.A.G. Smith, and 3 of the national heroes, Marcus Garvey, Paul Bogle, and George William Gordon. To qualify for these, students must meet some personalized criteria, generally related to the person in whose honor the scholarship is named.
For example, the Paul Bogle Scholarship, it is offered to a boy or a girl who must be attending Morant High School. So if a child is selected to attend Morant High School, then that child qualifies to be among those who will be selected. But the bottom line is that it will be based on performance.
So what of the next 28? Well, these are awarded annually to the top performing boy and girl in each parish.
Basically, the 28 scholarships are awarded based on performance purely. And it is awarded to all school types. So private, which we refer to the prep schools, all-age schools, primary and junior high primary school students.
Since these students are selected based entirely on scores, the process is rather easy. In addition to these, the Education Ministry also offers sponsored scholarships, extended through private sector institutions such as banks to top-performing students. High schoolers, you might have just completed 5th or 6th form and are ready to experience the college life. In case you didn't know, the Student Loan Bureau actually offers grants. Yes, under its specially designed Grant in Aid GIA program, students receive a specified non-repayable sum to assist with the funding of school-related expenses. It's not a full scholarship, but it can certainly help to make a difference. Check out the Bureau's website to see if you qualify or call them at 754-2559. Then there is JAMVAT. The Jamaica Values and Attitudes program is another viable option from the Ministry of Education. Students volunteer for 200 hours and in turn earn a payoff of 30% of their tuition fees as well as an additional stipend. A great reason to volunteer indeed. For those of you already in university, the Ministry of Education's tertiary level unit is a great place to start your search. You can stop by their offices, make a call, or simply log on to their website, click on scholarships, and a long list of opportunities opens. The Ministry of Finance and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs also have a number of scholarship programs in place, especially if you're looking for opportunities to study abroad. Think Cuba, Russia, Japan, and so many other foreign countries. These scholarships offer not just educational advancement, but to a greater extent, a cultural exchange and broadening of your global network. If you need help in your search for scholarships, another government agency, the National Center for Youth Development, which falls under the Ministry of Youth and Culture, also displays scholarship options for students on its website. For further tips, call and/or check out the websites of the Ministries of Education, Finance, and Foreign Affairs. Hope you found the information quite useful. Students, go online, check out the websites, call the numbers, be proactive, and make the necessary steps in making your educational dreams a reality.
When using an automated banking machine ABM, ensure the machine is in a location you are comfortable with, and when you enter, be sure to close the door. Examine the machine before you insert your debit card, and never enter your card if the machine has a suspicious device attached to it. More important, don't allow strangers to assist you in conducting a transaction. And remember, treat your debit card like cash. Keep it in a safe place.
Conchita, how are you? I received a missed call. What happened now? Not sure. So how are the plans with the parenting workshop for this Sunday?
Angela is a Community Action Officer, a CAO for short. Like her colleagues at the Citizen Security and Justice Program, she's in constant dialogue with the people from the communities she serves. Their job as Community Action Officers crosses the realms of administrative and in-the-field social work, driving community development as part of a broader national effort of crime and violence prevention. The CSJP's in-house work is intense and involves careful checks and balances to ensure that the community's needs are identified and the proper resources are in place to get the job done.
The building, the improvement of the human resources through the capacity building work that we do, we expect that at the end of the day, when CSJP would have come to an end, that we would have left governance structures in place, communities with strong organizations that can lobby on behalf of the communities.
At centers like these, vulnerable, at-risk, needy youth from marginalized communities are getting the opportunity to learn a skill. Their time here, like that of many other youngsters in some 39 communities, creates an unforgettable experience that equips them to break down barriers and succeed despite life's challenges.
We are grateful to CSJP for coming in, partnering with us, and to help these people.
The CSJP's community action officers do their job with a spirit of love and care, and it resonates with the people in these troubled inner city communities.
Try and try, try and try. You'll succeed at last.
These young men who once lost interest in advancing their life skills are back on track, preparing themselves for a better life.
How are you finding it? You liking it?
Well, it's exciting, you know, Miss learning new things, learning how to build a building from foundation. Them enlightened me, shed some light on things that I really wanted to do and couldn't get the chance to do it because of economic struggles, right? A wise person since coming here tell me that if it's going to be, it's up to me.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you.
I fell out of the school system, going through the CSJP school and counseling, because a lot of counseling you get there. So that changed up my whole mentality.
This is Jason Ogilvy, one of the CSJP skills training beneficiary. He has recently completed level 2 training in general construction at the Rockfort Vocational Training Center. Jason is now an entrepreneur. What I like about Jason's attitude, Jason did not wait until somebody came to him and offered him a job. He used the skills that he learned, the life skills, the general construction skills.
Community action officers' duties include making referrals for qualified youth in the communities and engaging them through employment internship. And the young people are learning life skills, how to manage conflicts, how to behave with others, and how to manage their finances.
And letting them understand that being in the same negative situations will not prove good for them at all.
The CSJP's services within these communities also include helping youngsters at the GSAT level prepare for the examination. Adults, meanwhile, are also taught proper parenting skills. The improvement to certain aspects of community infrastructure also forms part of the CSJP's community development and crime and violence prevention work.
This is the Homestead Community Center with a multipurpose court and a football field. Places where senior citizens can meet, your young people can meet, you know, just to encourage them to come off the streets, come out of the house and just socialize with one another.
The Citizen Security and Justice Program and Communities in Action, working together to improve lives and facilitate a safer and secure Jamaica. No doubt, this is everybody's business.
On the board this week, the Sankofa Preparatory School is inviting family and friends to its annual prize-giving and graduation ceremony. It will be held at the school in Albion, St. Thomas on Sunday, June 29. Starting time, 2:30 p.m. Guest speaker will be the Director of Liberty Hall, Dr. Donna McFarling. All are invited to a day and night affair as the Edwin Allen High School stages its 50th anniversary celebration on Friday, July 4. Make it a date and come out at the school in Frankfield, Clarendon and enjoy a fun-filled event. The UWI Open Campus Introduction to Events Management Cohort number 17 will be hosting a free health and wellness fair. It's on Saturday, July 5 at the Bethel United Church of Jesus Christ Apostolic, located at 20 South Camp Road, Kingston 4. The health fair will take place from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. All are invited. Calling all senior citizens, the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, will be visiting the National Council for Senior Citizens at 11 West Kings House Road, Kingston 10, to register persons 60 years and over for their smarter cards. So come out on Thursday, July 10 at 10 a.m. and get your card. Please take your TRN and an identification to prove your age. Cash may be required for activating the card. The UTEC Students Union Department of Community Services presents Teach the Youth 2014 under the theme Seize Your Dream, Wake the Hero Within. The opening ceremony will be on Friday, July 4, while the program will run from July 7 to 25 at a number of venues. These are Tavern, Sandy Park, Kintyre, Augustown, and Island View in St. Andrew. For further information, contact the UTEC Student Union at 970-2222 extension 2286 or click on Community Service at utecstudentunion.com. Send us your events for broadcast on the JIS Community Notice Board. Call 922-868-022 or send an email to cbishop@jis.gov.jm.
IMF's managing director arrives in Jamaica and the youth minister tells children's homes to respond to alleged breaches surrounding an unauthorized sex education program. Those and other top news stories of the week are next.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. The head of the International Monetary Fund IMF arrived in Jamaica Thursday evening to begin 2 days of important talks with top government officials. On Friday, the IMF Managing Director Christine Lagarde met with Minister Peter Phillips as well as Minister Horace Daly, the Financial Secretary, PIOJ Director, and Bank of Jamaica Governor at the Ministry of Finance. She later paid courtesy calls on the Prime Minister and Leader of the Opposition before publicly stating the IMF's continued commitment to supporting Jamaica in the execution of its economic reform program.
All reviews, those 4 reviews, have been completed without any shortfall, without any failure, meeting all the criteria. This is an exceptionally strong record by IMF standards. And as a result, the economic outlook is improving. Compared to a year ago, growth has picked up, employment has declined, inflation has been brought under control, The current account deficit has shown an ongoing improvement, and reserves are beginning to recover.
Stimulating growth and employment is at this time the highest priority of both the government of Jamaica and the fund. We are advancing with major projects, which you will hear more about as they progress. In this regard, the Jamaican government is committed to continuing the process of reform. We are placing specific focus on cementing the gains from fiscal consolidation while accelerating the pace of domestic growth.
The IMF Managing Director was also scheduled to participate in a number of outreach activities before departing the island Saturday afternoon. Ahead of Madame Lagarde's visit, the International Monetary Fund's Executive Board approved a $70.9 million disbursement to Jamaica following its completion of an Article 4 or comprehensive review of the Jamaican economy. That brings total disbursements to date to approximately $414.4 million. The board also confirmed statements by the IMF mission to Jamaica that the country had successfully completed all 4 tests under year 1 of the extended fund facility. In a release, the multilateral agency said Jamaica's implementation of the IMF program was commendable and said government's economic strategy would boost growth and employment, reduce debt, restore competitiveness, and strengthen the social safety net. Youth and Culture Minister Lisa Hanna this week gave the directors of 6 privately operated children's homes 7 days to respond to alleged breaches resulting from the implementation of an unauthorized sexual education program in the institutions. The program was implemented by the human rights group Jamaicans for Justice and was not reported to the Minister or Child Development Agency, the CDA, as stipulated in the regulations governing children's homes. In a report to the Minister, the CDA says its investigation of the program found that parts of the training material were inappropriate for the age cohort and some elements may have contravened existing Jamaican laws. Minister Hanna expressed concern about the breaches and promised to take appropriate action after receiving the responses from the administrators of the homes. The CDA, meanwhile, deployed a team of social workers to provide counseling to the youngsters who took part and said it would provide further intervention if necessary. Minister with responsibility for sport Natalie Nita Headley says government is contemplating legislation to help address the illegal importation of banned supplements. During her sectoral presentation to Parliament, she warned coaches and sport administrators that they would be culpable if they provided banned substances to junior athletes.
I must take this opportunity to once again encourage our athletes, juniors and seniors, to avoid adopting this trend of reliance on supplements and to focus instead on building a diet based on good nutrition and healthy practices, bearing in mind that the giving of one's best is always good enough.
The minister added that the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, would continue to sensitize stakeholders on the doping control process and the prohibited list of substances by the World Anti-Doping Commission. And on Wednesday, State Minister for Local Government and Community Development Colin Fagan contributed to the sectoral debate and announced that $171.3 million would be spent this fiscal year repairing a number of fire stations and addressing equipment needs in the service. The money will cover repairs to a number of fire stations, the purchase of new trucks and an ambulance, as well as repairs to existing trucks and a fireboat, and the procurement of 100 bunker gears and fire hose.
We cannot escape the realities of the economic climate that currently exists. But we will not allow our firefighters to operate under less than favorable conditions. We are not in a position to carry out the large-scale upgrading that is required. We are striving towards meeting full compliance with the fire safety standards at our fire stations.
Mr. Fagan also indicated progress on plans to renovate the Savannah Lamar, Brownstown, Port Maria, and the Barnett Street fire stations. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
This is where we say goodbye for today. Join us again tomorrow for more useful information. Tell us what you thought of the show. Send an email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm or hit us up on Twitter @JISnews. And our website, jis.gov.jm, remains a constant portal for the very latest government information. On behalf of the team here at the JIS, I'm Arroyo Eubanks. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.